Guys, hope you're all doing well and awesome out there in YouTube land. I am doing a major project here, if all goes well. I am upgrading my solar system, both the charge controller, panels, the location of the panels. The only thing I'm not doing today is upgrading the battery situation, because that's something that I have to invest in myself. But many of these items I've already acquired or been acquiring, as I've kind of mentioned to you guys. So I want to show you what I have. First of all, if you haven't been following my channel, I do have portable solar. I have a 100-watt Renogy kit that can be portable and then folded up and put in the RV when I'm traveling. But I'm going to go with roof-mounted additions. So what I have here is basically I've done some work and done some bartering, trading with some other stuff. I sold a few things in the RV to get some awesome solar panels and a brand new charge controller as well. But this is a 100-watt panel. This is basically the equivalent of what I've already been using. It's been mounted on the roof before, so I'm going to mount it on my roof. I've got some other materials. I've got lots of materials, but that's 100 watts. This here is a 250-watt solar panel. It's a beast. Now, you can't really mix and match solar. I've been doing a lot of research. You can't mix and match solar too much. Like they can be different wattages, but they can't differ more than 10% on the same charge controller. So this panel actually has to be run on a separate charge controller than this one. So I've got a cheapo for that that's going to run down, go into the battery, and then this is going to have, I'll show you the charge controller for this beast. This is sold on Amazon. This is the MPPT 40cc, 40 amp charge controller. It's beastly. That is a beastly charge controller. It's huge. This is going to be installed somewhere inside the RV. I have not picked a location yet, actually. But I've been talking with my buddy Billy about all the installation and parts that I need. The first job here is to determine where these solar panels are going to be installed on the roof. Oh, let's also talk about the battery bank. So my deep cycle battery is also under the hood. On the other side is my starting battery. So hopefully today, get all of this stuff wired into that battery, because that's the only option I have. However, for the future, I'm going to run that battery in series with a battery bank on the back bumper here. So you see I've got lots of room where I could bolt something flat along here, and then basically have a whole bank of batteries here on the back bumper between the bike and the back of the RV. I'm talking like 4 to 6 deep cycle batteries. And what'll probably end up happening is I buy these one at a time, month by month, so that by the time summer hits, I'll have all 6 deep cycle batteries that I need. But take some measurements and then we'll go up on the roof. Well, it won't work back there. Let's see here. 39. Oh, fit right there. 39 wide. Be right there. 65 across. Okay, so these are used panels. As I said, they're used, but they're in okay condition. I basically got them for free, just bartered for them. So no biggie to me, but I'm starting to see where I might want them here. That's pretty much the only place for that one, unless I go way up to the cab area, which I don't want to mess with that up there. I like keeping them back here. And then, yeah. In theory, what's going to happen here is going to get this all bolted down, waterproofed, weatherproofed, and then there'll be 2 separate wires, 2 separate sets of wires, because I can't mix these. So this 100 watter will have a wire going down into the charge controller, and then into the battery. This one will have the same thing, but the charge controller is going to be indoors, you know, that big one that I bought. And then from that charge controller, another set of wires going to the battery, so that both of these are charging the battery at the same time. That's 350 watts continual on the roof. Working on this first panel here so far. Got it wired. I've got it running through over here, coiled right here, positive and negative going over here. And then I'll show you where it's going to be spliced in down there later, but I got to wire up this other panel first. All right, well, I'm not quite attached to the roof yet, but starting to get the wires here zip tied down there, and then gonna start drilling some holes into the roof here. Excited about that. All right, guys, I'm about done for today with solar. They are mounted to the roof. Both panels are mounted. Now I did have to drill a lot more holes into the roof, but I mean, technically, it's all sealed. I know it doesn't look that great because it's, you know, that black fiberglass roof sealer over here. That's where I ran the lines, zip tied them, and then clamped them, screwed, hand sealed. All the screws are done with stainless steel screws into the roof, and then totally covered. So I probably got like 40-50 new screw holes into the roof, but you know what? This thing is sealed. Also used the rest of the last bit of it just to go around this vent that's always leaked. As for the black material itself, I'm not worried about it. Once this all dries, you can actually paint white paint right over this sealer. And I'll probably hit, you know, the wires that are going here down. I'll hit those with white paint. Repaint the roof, or rubber the roof was aside, but they're up and they're wired, and yeah, now we'll go down and focus on how to get this wire into the RV. Okay, now I'm gonna drill into Tilly. I know, right? Okay, so I've basically done everything I'm gonna do today. I actually spent a lot of time doing this today, but anyway, so the wires come down off the roof here now. You see I drilled these in, I siliconed in the inside of them, so they're watertight and everything, and they're stainless steel. This isn't going to be flapping in the wind. I put the little P-trap here so that the water goes off and doesn't go in here. Silicone this up. There's the second hole. Now I drilled this, but I don't know, I might not have needed it. But what I was thinking is, for the external battery bank that I was going to make later, you know, coming out of here, going straight down, or coming out and then straight down to the back battery bank later. I didn't really need to do that yet. Also, I cut a slit down here so that, well, if you think about it, if any water gets inside this coiling somewhere on the roof or here and then just trickles down, it actually has a place to drain instead of coming inside. So, but that's all I'm gonna do for today. I'm not even gonna hook up the solar charge controller. I think what I'll do is just save the video from everything I've done today, and then tomorrow, or actually maybe a week from now, I don't know, finish it up inside and then just kind of splice everything together so people can watch it in one video rather than like find it a week later. Does that make sense? But I want to get on the road right now, so talk to you guys later. Okay, well, I want to finish up this solar explanation video real quick because it's been like a week and I've got videos scattered everywhere and I'm starting to get really unorganized. So I don't have all the specifics here, but I'm still going to show you exactly what I have and exactly what I did to make my solar work. So let's take a look up on the roof. Okay, so up on the roof I have both panels mounted in their spots, siliconed and sealed to the roof. Also I got some white spray paint and kind of painted some of the stuff so that it's not black like it was before. And then up here, the cords run through this conduit here, and they are also painted white, and they go down, and I will show you how I hooked in down there. Cords come down the roof. One goes into here, one comes out here. I also spray painted them that same beige color to kind of make it blend in a little better. All right, so cord comes in here to the charge controller, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. This comes out to the battery, wraps under here, underneath the window seam, comes down here, and in under the hood. As I've mentioned previously in other videos, this is an older RV. The house battery, deep cycle battery, is under the hood. Here's my starting battery, totally separate system. So that's why the solar right now is coming down off the roof into the hood. Kind of talked about this a little earlier in the video, but in the future what I'd like to do is divert the charge controller all the way to the back bumper, where I can create a battery bank back here and hold a bunch of batteries. So let's go take a look inside the RV and I'll show you the charge controller system. Alrighty, so inside the RV, here is where I mounted the Renogy charge controller. This is MPPT, really good charge controller. Bolted it right into this wood backing right here. You can see the wires going out here that are sealed. It's got some displays here, so this green light right here is telling me that I'm charging. I'm getting a charge from the solar panel. It's green, so it's saying, yes, you're getting solar. If it were flashing, I would be over voltage. Over here is the battery indicator. It's flashing green right now because I am 100% full. If it was solid green, I would be in the normal good range, over 60%. Orange and red would be, I'm too low. This charge controller sends that solar, that 250 watt panel directly to the battery. Now this one down here is not even hooked up right now. It's going to be a future project. The reason why I haven't hooked that one up yet is because I'm actually now considering the option of getting a sealed battery, a separate battery, and running it right down here behind the driver's seat, and then putting like a 400 watt inverter in there. Jax, you didn't help at all. You were no help with this project. Also, the three-way switch right here. Basically, I just put that in there because this is an older RV and I want to have a little bit more control over turning off the solar and not letting two things charge it at once. You know, when you drive down the road, the alternator is charging my deep cycle battery. When I flip on the generator, or when I'm plugged into shore power, my inverter charger is charging the deep cycle battery. I don't want to have too many things charging it at once and boil the battery. So this just gives me the easy option to just flip the switch off, turn off the solar panel. You're not in the way or anything there, Jax. Talked about the speed charger I have behind the seat, that guy right there. For me, if it's like a rainy day or something like that, I'll just start the generator up and run that for 2 hours on 10 amps. But the problem is it's not really designed for deep cycle batteries. So I have the wire going underneath the door into the panel under the hood directly into that. But this is the new charge controller I got off Amazon. This is another Shoemaker battery charger. It has a special switch for deep cycle or standard battery, which I like. It's 2 amp or 10 amp. So hopefully I'll be using that one instead. And then one last thing I want to talk about. See how I'm parked underneath a lamp post right here? Well, actually we'll see tonight, because actually I want to go to Walmart tonight and I'm going to park under one of Walmart's lamps like this, and I'll show you why later and you'll see. Hey guys, I just wanted to add one more update to this video that's going to be interesting for this. For instance, it's nighttime, it's like 10 p.m. and I'm in a Walmart out here, and it's basically pitch black. The sun's completely down, but if you look over here, I'm going to show you my charge controller over here. You can see the two green lights on up there saying that I am getting solar and my battery is charged. Both green lights are on. You might be asking yourself, how is that possible if there's no sun, Eric? Well, that's kind of the really cool thing about some of these higher end solar panels. They can actually collect solar from street lamps. Yes, you heard that right. So if you look outside my door here, you will see that there is a Walmart street lamp right outside. So that is facing directly down on top of my RV where my solar panels are, and I'm sitting here with my laptop plugged in and my voltage up here at 12.5 staying steady right there and maintaining all of my use. I mean, if I wanted to, I could turn on a bunch of these lights and it still doesn't drop below 12 volts. So pretty exciting. The way I like to think about it is like, basically I'm plugged in wirelessly getting free electricity from Walmart. So it's just another take on the whole solar thing. Sometimes it kind of depends on what solar panels you get though. can't remember if poly or mono is one of those is better than the other for receiving energy from these lamps, but hey, I'll take it, right? You guys have a good one. Hey guys, Jack's here, along with his human servant Eric. Thanks for watching our RV channel. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget to watch all of our other videos. We got some great material out there. Subscribe to our channel so you can get the latest updates here on the road. Can you say hi? Talk to you guys later.